Baseball legend Yogi Berra used to say it gets late early out there. For the small hamlet of Whittier, that Yogiism sums up what is shaping up as a summer of concern. Our Frontiers Season of Change series continues through Alaska tonight as we stop in a port city which faces financial uncertainty as it navigates through a storm it never saw coming. On this Friday afternoon, weather or not, Whittier should be bouncing, with early visitors and shrimp boats setting the tone. Instead, the birds have the run of the place. Over at Kelly and Mike Bender's Lazy Otter, a few customers come in.
Steady trickle.
But despite the rain, they're in for a drought.
May and June schedules are pretty bare right now.
Some still holding for July and August. But as COVID-19 digs in, the Benders hang on.
We encourage people to move their reservations to 2021 for the sightseeing, but most people are canceling.
And they're the lucky ones. With 4 vessels, Diversity is keeping their 26-year business afloat. From sightseeing to water taxi, commercial work, and freight, plus the cafe. But it still hurts.
This is a significant investment on our part.
The Voyager is only 2 years old and built for big groups. But it's not making money sitting at the dock.
We're pinching pennies, and we're watching our expenses, both on our payroll and everything else.
A payroll which peaks at 18 now stands at 5, with help from their sons Dylan and Steven.
We just remodeled this thing. We got it back last week, about 2 weeks ago, and it's one of my favorite boats now.
In a year where even found money gets lost.
To go anywhere.
Range Rover was set to shoot a commercial here this spring with the Benders' help, then peeled out after COVID-19 hit.
And it was going to be almost a week worth of work for us, and it's a very, very significant blow to have that just disappear.
It's not all that's missing. Yesterday, the Grand Princess would have been here to start the season. Instead, the Princess Line has canceled all 35 cruises. Massive ships, massive summer, massive loss.
$951,000 is what we're expecting for our head tax, our portion, and it vaporized completely.
Jim Hunt is the city manager.
There's eeriness still in the air, a cautiousness. We might lose $1.7 million of our $4 million general budget.
With a new question, who comes back and who doesn't?
I'm afraid for them, and I'm afraid for us, because in this small community, it's so symbiotic. And most people, everybody knows everybody. We're all related somehow just by our little village of 280.
A village searching for its own port in the storm.
Our hope is that Alaskans will decide that it's a year for maybe them not to go too far away from home, but maybe rediscover the beauty of Alaska that we all originally fell in love with.
And hang on, because next summer, their ships literally may be coming in.
We are anticipating in 2021 an additional 100 to 120,000 passengers due to the fact that Holland America is leaving Seward and coming to Whittier. So that is going to be a boon to anybody that's in business on this waterfront.
We'll make it through this year. It won't be a normal year for us. And just with the real hopes that next year we'll come back a little stronger. I don't know that we could do 2 years, right?
The key now is to get there. Certainly pulling for our merchants in Alaska to get through what could be a very difficult summer. Meantime, some charter businesses are set to open in June or July. The Benders say it is refunds of deposits which are hurting so many businesses. It's one of the reasons that they need those tourists back. Meantime, despite the uncertainty, Jim Hunt says this is the right time for Whittier to make a move and grow. With the federal help and those cruise ships coming next year, he sees opportunity.